Imagine your agency bringing in an extra 40K every single month with no new hires, no custom projects, and no failed digital products. Now, that's the reality for me and hundreds of our clients, thanks to a repeatable system that anyone can use. So in this video, I'm going to show you the easiest, in my opinion, the safest way to add an extra $40,000 a month with no staff and way little to no overwhelm. Now, I'm really not here to sell pipe dreams or magic beans. This works, but only if you're in the right place. So first, I'm going to make some assumptions. First assumption is that you're already an agency, running an agency or consultancy, and you've got a proven offer between $25,000 and $50,000 a month. And lastly, you want to grow, but the thought of hiring a small army or babysitting a bigger team makes you want to fake your own death. And if you're brand new or hoping for some sort of get-rich-quick miracle, this probably isn't for you. But if you put in the reps and you want to be more scalable without the circus, then you're in the right place. Now, here's where most people get this wrong. They hear advice like, just launch a course, or you just need to hire more people and build a team, as if those were the golden ticket. Spoiler alert, they're not. I've seen plenty of agency owners and service providers chase the dream of a course, but it flops because they don't have a large enough audience. And then even if people do buy this low ticket course, they get stuck in this DIY environment, and guess who they're calling? You. And now you're tech support on some $297 product. Or on the flip side, you're hiring and suddenly you're managing people. You're not helping your clients and you're wondering how your agency turned into this Slack daycare. Now, here's a better way: a done with you productized program. It's not a rickety course. It's not a bloated team. It's you in the boat with your clients, guiding, coaching, consulting, advising without doing all of the rowing. It pays better, it scales smoother, and it actually helps people. So what does that look like in the wild? Let's pull back the curtain on this. I want you to picture, instead of selling your soul to endless custom projects or launching a course that just collects more dust than your treadmill, you package your expertise into a tight, results-driven program. So here's the move on that. The done with you productized offer typically can run anywhere from $3,000 up to $20,000. I've seen higher, but that's the sweet spot. Now, the shorter, the better, at least in the early days. I want you to think multi-day sprints up to a 3 or maybe 6 month program experience. Why? Because shorter is easier to sell. It's less risky for you and less risky for your clients. And you also will get feedback really quickly to help you improve. Plus, let's be real, smaller promises are way easier to keep, and they're way less likely to boomerang back as some sort of headache in the past, which you are probably familiar with as a service provider. So here's the play. Let me give you some real examples from myself and our clients. Our first program was called Funnels That Scale. It was designed to help you deploy your evergreen webinar in 8 weeks. Our Trailblazer Mastermind helps you productize your service and your expertise to add that $500,000 a year in high profit income with a 4-day work week. Chris, his sponsorship collective helps you get your first event sponsor in 90 days. Rich, his story to stage workshop helped people design and deliver their first signature talk. Casey, his ad school program helps service providers, consultants, agencies launch ad campaigns that are filling their pipeline every single day without that ad spend anxiety. And Lindsay, she has a capabilities deck program that helps you build an agency deck, capabilities deck that actually wins clients, doesn't just look pretty. Now, have you seen a pattern in all of these? These aren't just a bundle of deliverables. They're actually transformations. They're outcomes. The promise isn't, we're going to give you stuff. It's, you're going to walk away with a win that you can brag about. All right, now you're probably thinking, cool, Greg, those are some great examples, but how do I actually build one of these productized, done with you offers for myself? Well, if you're the type that likes to move faster and you want help mapping out your own productized program so that you're not guessing and you actually launch something that clients want, my team and I can walk you through our whole process. Just check the link below to learn more and apply. Now, if that's not you just yet, no worries. I still love you guys. Let's break this down step by step so you can walk away with a blueprint that you can start using this week. Step number 1 is to define that outcome or promise. So I want you to start by asking, what's that one big win that you help clients get? Hopefully it's something that you already deliver with your done for you service. In most cases, it is. Now, a big mistake I see people make is they map out this like big journey, and the promise and the outcome is all the way out here in the future. If this is, time, right? It's way out in the future. It feels super big. It feels like a lot of work. So what I recommend, if that is what you have, and I say that 80% of the time when our clients come into our world, the biggest mistake they're making is that they're just trying to do too much early on. It's like, they've never met you. Why are they going to pay 70 grand to go into your retainer for, a year and a half, right? So we want to look down the timeline and look at where's a win? Where do we move this outcome so that it is earlier and it's a smaller promise, okay? So think, what is an outcome that is tangible? It feels like it's in a short enough time frame that is believable and that they can get excited about. I don't want you to overthink this. I want you to think of yourself as a chef. What's your signature dish that the people are going to rave about? That's the outcome that you want to promise. Now, step number 2 is the plan and the process, right? And this really means we need clarity on 2 things. One, the plan that you're going to use to get them unstuck from the pain point that they're in right now, and then the process, which is your unique recipe for getting them to that promise. Think of it like a GPS. You want to show them where they're at, where they're stuck, and then you want to lay down the route and make sure that they know that you're riding shotgun with them the whole way. Now, step number 3 is to decide on the container. This is my little box, right? On how you're going to deliver this magic. I want you to keep it simple. Most of our members in the early days, they will deliver this live, raw, using Zoom calls, office hour sessions or asset reviews, maybe a group chat or a members portal if you're feeling fancy, but I don't want you to drown in tech. Your job isn't to build the next Facebook or spend the next 6 months making slides and videos that nobody's even asked for yet. You got to get the results and you got to design the program to do so. And that's by keeping it raw, which brings us to step number 4, which is really pre-selling. And this is all about getting people to raise their hand. It's pre-selling those first clients to get them in the door, deliver the program live and raw, like I said, and put them inside of that container that you already decided on. And you're going to tweak it as you go. It's sort of like hosting a dinner party. You invite the people, you cook the meal, and then you improve that recipe each time when you bring the next group over to your house. Or maybe not, and that's just my wife. Now, you've got your productized offer mapped out, the outcome, the plan, the promise, and a simple container. But here's the $1 million question. How do I actually get people to buy this thing before it exists? Especially if I don't have a giant audience or this content machine that's cranking out leads. Don't worry, you don't need to become TikTok famous or launch the next podcast empire, because the gold is already in your backyard. So I want you to dig in on this. Forget about building a massive audience or going viral right now. You don't need a stadium full of strangers. You need a handful of people who already trust you. So I want you to start with low-hanging fruit. Most of our members get their first sales from one of these 4 buckets. Number 1 is the past clients. These are folks that already know you can deliver. You've probably already served them in some capacity. Reach out to them. Let them know that you've got a new way to help them win, or it's faster, or maybe it's more affordable, especially by having you by their side. Leads that you've turned down is the second bucket. So remember all those people and the prospects that maybe were a good fit, but it was bad timing, or it was a good fit, but they just couldn't afford your done-for-you service? This is their second chance. There's tons of money in this bucket. Third is your warm connections. This is your personal network, industry friends, even those LinkedIn lurkers or those IG stalkers. They're all fair game here. And lastly, the 4th bucket is your social channels. No need to go full influencer. A simple post or a DM can get the ball rolling with many of these prospects. Now, most of our clients and members, like I said, make their first $20,000 to $40,000 from people already in one of these 4 buckets. Now, here's the math that should get you excited. Let's say your productized done with you offer is $5,000. 4 clients a month, that's $20K extra a month. 8, you're at $40K extra a month, and you don't need hundreds of buyers. 4 to 8 clients a month, and you have all of that right there. You just need a handful. Now, many of our clients, they have internal sales pipelines already. People are, booking calls sporadically. And a lot of those sales, again, come from those people that are already booking. It's like opening a boutique, not a Walmart. So before you even think about getting fancy with funnels or paid ads, I want you to start with the people you already know and that already probably like you and trust you. The fastest path to your first 40K extra a month is probably already in your inbox. If you're looking at these steps and thinking, I'd love some extra eyes on my offer or even a proven plan tailored to my agency, we've got you. I want you to hit the link below and let's see if we can help you roll this out fast and with zero guesswork. Now, let's talk about how to actually get people lining up for this productized Done With You program without burning out or trying to be everywhere online on all the platforms. Now, step 5 is where we build out that marketing engine. And this is my bad attempt at drawing a cog to represent system, but this is where we're building out this engine. So here's what the marketing engine actually looks like. It consists of 3 pieces. We have the creation of demand, the capturing of demand, and the conversion of demand. All right. And so for a lot of our clients, if you are, I'd say below like 25K a month and you don't really have an audience or an email list yet, that one of the better places to start is with short form content. So for me, that would be like Instagram, Reels, stories, posts. Some of our members are using LinkedIn, but short form. All right. If you already have an audience, you already, have an email list that's growing, and you just haven't been converting those people, it might make sense to hop into getting more long form content because long form is really more about conversion. Short form is really more about kind of audience building and letting people know and remind them that you exist. But we also eventually will look at paid ads. But you definitely don't do that right away. Now, you might be the type of provider that also has the opportunity to tap into strategic partners. A lot of our clients and members have been certified in certain software that kind of gets them access to a network of potential prospects of users of those tools. We were formerly, actually, we still are certified in Keep and Active Campaign, and they've brought us in front of their audience numerous times to share what we're doing, and that's also helped get clients. So that's a pathway. But for the most part, if you're really just getting started, most of our members are really focused kind of above this dotted line with short form or long form. Now, the point of your short form is to get them to watch long form, specifically long form that nurtures them and moves them through the sales process, which really brings us to that capture of demand. And so we do that with a few different things. First, we do a video sales letter or some other sort of lead magnet. This is that conversion video. It's relatively short, sweet, to the point on who you are, how you help them. No fancy tricks here. This is just kind of like addressing all of the objections that someone would probably give you and or has already given you as to why they didn't buy. And they want to consume this piece of content before they're booking a call. That's in your best interest. Then we also have our email list. We want to be sending at least 1 email to our audience a month to nurture, to stay top of mind, make invitations. I recommend at least 3 times a week, but if you can only do 1, get started there. Then we have another few things that we can do to capture demand. We point people to more long form content, like our YouTube videos. We will also do what we call social selling. This is, in my opinion, warm outbound to people that are engaging with your short form. If you're doing Instagram Reels or you're posting on LinkedIn and you see people liking and commenting, this is the reach out to those people. In my opinion, in the early days of short form content, if you want it to turn into clients and paying customers, if you're not reaching out to the people that are engaging, there's really no point in doing short form early on. That's my opinion. And lastly, we have low ticket digital products. We have a $7 book. We have a couple, $50 to $100, templates or little mini products that people can buy. And that helps us acquire customers, not just leads. And oftentimes the people that buy our book will eventually upgrade and buy into our bigger programs. So the point of our content is to get them into this capture and demand flywheel. And then we want to convert them. Now we do 2 things to convert people. Most will get them to a call. We have a system called the consultation engine that we give all of our clients. It's a 2-call process. Very automated and helps you kind of maximize your time as the founder. And then as you advance, we recommend moving into an asynchronous sales process where you take your learnings from your calls and you create a couple strategic assets that we give our clients templates for to sell with fewer and or no sales calls, but still making it personal so that we make sure that we can get the right people into our products, programs, and services. Now, this marketing engine is where I think most people end up tapping out because they get impatient. But if you want this to consistently generate that extra 20 to 40K a month, high leverage, high profit, you've got to commit to the process. As you keep delivering this productized offer, you're going to refine it. You're going to collect case studies and you're going to tweak it as you go. And every round, you're actually going to get better and your results for your clients are going to get bigger. And your audience, as long as you keep running this engine, is going to keep growing organically because you have this machine in place. Now, most people I talk to see this and they say, hell yeah, this is exactly what I want. But then they realize that they need to figure out what that offer promise is in their business. And that's why in this video, I break down the process I've used to help almost 900 people just like you productize their service. So go watch that now.